Well team, here we go. I get to make a huge announcement today, something that I've been working on for a very long time now. I actually can't believe that I'm actually announcing this finally. It's been months and months and months of work, but finally, here we go. I've decided to do a complete, full rebranding of the channel, and now I get to announce it, which is just absolutely unreal. So here we go, the big announcement. Welcome to New Money. So it's a fresh look for the channel, New Money. I chose that name because it really juxtaposes the term old money. You know, old money, it's like, yeah, you get born into this super wealthy family, you never have to lift a finger in your life, and you just get all this wealth handed down to you. But no, we're not about that life. New Money is all about, it directly juxtaposes old money. It's all about us doing it ourselves, right? We are the hard workers. We are the investors, the new age, the new generation coming through and creating our own financial freedom. So I hope you like it. This is now the fresh new look for the channel going forward. And I have to say a massive thank you to the guys and girls over at Coordinate. They did the entire rebranding and I think it looks absolutely fantastic. So a massive thank you to all the people over there that worked hard on the rebranding. I certainly do appreciate it. And yeah, here we are. So it's a fresh new look for the channel. It is very sad. A moment of silence for Aussie Wealth Creation. It's worked very well. It's been the name for a very long time, but I kind of wanted to go into a little bit of depth as to why I did decide to do a full rebranding. For most people, it's probably pretty obvious, but it was definitely time to move on and start something fresher. And the reason for that is because when I first started out, the first couple of years doing YouTube, obviously all of my viewership was just people in Australia. That's just how it went. But as you know, I grew over time, then more and more of the viewership of this channel started coming internationally. So what I wanted to do was create a brand identity that was a little less geographically specific. So essentially, to make sure I didn't limit the growth of the channel into, you know, international markets, particularly in the US. The amount of viewers I've gotten recently from the US. If you're from the US, hello, thank you very much for subscribing and sticking around to Aussie Wealth Creation. But yeah, I thought that it was time to rebrand the channel, make it less geographically specific, make it, I don't want to say more generic because that's not the right word, but make it, set it up better for future growth with international viewership. I should say that none of the content is going to change. Like, the content is still going to be about personal finance, you know, financial freedom, stock market investing, making money, all that sort of stuff. It's just a rebranding. So we just needed to structure it, name it, brand it a little bit differently going forward. So I'm super excited, but wait, there's more. How about another announcement? Why not? Let's get them all out of the way in one video. If that wasn't a big enough announcement, changing the channel name, man, that's a big announcement for me. We've also got 2 brand new courses up on Profitful that are now available. And they are all about the Australian taxation system and how to master your tax returns if you're living here in Australia. So Australian viewers, I got you covered. Go and check it out. I've actually partnered up with a guy called Scott Ellis from Les Ellis and Associates, who's actually my accountant. But Scott is just an awesome guy, and he is unbelievably knowledgeable about tax on everything. Like, any situation I throw at him, he's like, oh, this, and this. It's remarkable. So I decided to team up with Scott, or rather, Scott accepted my invite. And we've created 2 new Profitful courses. The first course is Understanding Tax for Beginners, and then the second course is Tax on Your Investments. So the first course, Understanding Tax for Beginners, is all about understanding the Australian tax system and how your money is taxed through that system, and of course, how to get the best tax return possible. So Scott talks about, you know, the income you do and don't have to declare in your tax return. He goes very much in depth into deductions, talking about what you can make as a deduction, what you you can't do as a deduction. He talks at length about, tax if you run your own business. So tax implications like goods and services tax, fringe benefits tax, having employees, instant asset write-off, all of those kind of tax things to factor in about running your own business. There's a full section on tax and your business. Then he talks about how to set yourself up to get the best tax return possible from year to year. And the good thing about this course is, well, this is standard across both courses, is Scott takes the time to actually go into the MyGov site, go into the My Tax system that we all have to go through as Australians every year to fill out our tax returns. And he actually goes through a walkthrough. So he goes step by step and talks through how the return is structured, what you have to fill in, what you have to tick, what each kind of section means. And that is just very, very valuable. If you're someone that's a little bit on the fence, not quite sure about how to get the most out of your tax return. So he also then finally talks about, how to structure yourself up for a tax effective retirement. He talks about superannuation and the advantages of super and how to structure that early on so you get the most out of super when you're getting ready to retire down the track. And that is pretty much the first course. He finishes it off with a 20-minute video, just questions and answers, questions that you guys have submitted about tax over time, when I've asked in the YouTube community tab, that sort of stuff. We've tallied them all up and put him under the pump and asking him lots of questions. So that's the first course, Understanding Tax for Beginners. It's going to be very helpful for, people that maybe you're on the fence a little bit with tax, maybe you just don't quite understand it as much as you would like to. You want to make sure you get the most out of your return, but really you need that experience from someone that's been a tax agent for 25 years, knows just all the ins and outs of the tax system. If you need that kind of guidance, then that first course is going to be for you. And then course number 2 is tax on your investments. So if you're an investor, whether it be shares or property, or you want to set yourself up for a tax effective retirement with your investments or manage funds, annuities, whatever it is, this is going to be the course for you. This is where I just say to Scott, go for it. And Scott's like, all right, here we go. So he goes through literally everything. I mean, he is so incredibly knowledgeable about all of these different factors. This course is just, it's unbelievably useful if you're an investor. That's how I would put it, because whether it's simple stuff like you've just got capital gains, or whether you've just got dividends and you just need to know the tax rules about those, how they go into your tax return, or maybe you've got international shares. Maybe you've invested in Tesla or Facebook. Maybe you have international dividends. You need to factor in, how does the exchange rate, how does that all factor in when I pull it back into Australian dollars, all that sort of stuff. Maybe you want to, you've got a dividend reinvestment plan, you're not sure how that works with the tax system. Maybe you're staring down the face of a capital loss and you want to know how that affects your tax return, the best way to structure a capital loss for your tax. Whether it be, you want to buy shares for your kids, or you're buying shares in a managed fund, or flip it over to property, and you can look at, are you thinking about buying an investment property? What's the best way to do that? Are you thinking about selling your main residence? What are the tax implications of selling your home? Are you thinking about flipping houses? Maybe you need to know how to set up your super. Maybe you need to know about tax effective pensions or annuities. Maybe you need to know about estate planning, setting up a will. All of these different topics that an investor will inevitably encounter when it comes to the Australian tax system, Scott has gone through and just basically explained all of it. So this second course is just an unbelievably valuable resource if you're an investor in Australia and you just need to know how all of your investments get factored in, because there's so many tax quirks, there's so many quirky little laws. It might be something simple like the 50% discount on your capital gains that you get if you hold your assets for more than 12 months. Or it might be something complicated like, factoring in the overseas dividend and sale of shares, and then the withholding tax that the United States might take out, and then factoring in the exchange rate, bringing it back to Australian dollars, putting that into your tax return, getting the tax withheld overseas refunded by the Australian Taxation Office. Whether it be the simple stuff or the hard stuff, this course is just fantastic. It goes through everything. So I would definitely encourage you. I mean, I've gone through both these courses and just through editing both of the courses, and I've learned so much about tax. It is unbelievable. I feel like I'm an expert now. So I definitely encourage you, check out those courses. And of course, because we've just launched it, we've bundled the courses together exactly like what we did with the first 2 courses that I released on Profitful. We've bundled them together so you can get both of them at an awesome discount. So we want to let you guys in first, and we want to let you guys in cheap before we then take the courses and start kind of marketing it to the more general public. So if you wanted to take advantage, get both the courses together, bundled together at a really good discount, then follow the link that is in the description of this video, okay? Follow that link, get a discount, but that discount doesn't last forever, okay? So it's just as we're launching these two new courses. So if you want to get on that, click the link in the description below and follow through. But, you know, I know I'm selling my own courses here, but if you're someone that is on the fence when it comes to tax, these courses are going to be so beneficial just to provide that level of clarity, just to make sure you know that you're doing everything right, to make sure you know you're setting yourself up, to make sure you know that you're getting the most out of your tax return. That's really what these courses are super helpful for. Yes, you can kind of battle away and read books and check the ATO website and just scroll through endless pages of just boring documentation, but if you just want it straight from the horse's mouth, straight from a tax agent's mouth, 25 years of experience, someone that knows all this stuff back to front, then these are the courses for you. Anyway, that's where I'll leave it. Check it out if you're interested. But yeah, wow, couple of really big announcements today. Yeah, new money, here we go, right? It's so exciting. Man, I've just been working on this for so long. It's just, both of these projects, the new money rebranding I've been doing for months and months and months. I've been working with Scott for the last 6 months working on these 2 Profitful courses. So, it's just such an exciting video for me. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoy the courses if you want to check them out. And I hope you enjoy the content that's now coming out on this brand new rebranded channel. So anyway, that's it from me, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Let me know what you think about the rebranding or about the courses if you fly through them. Let me know down in the comment section below. But that'll do me for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.